there's a lot of people that have been coming to us and saying, you know what, I'm working hard. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to. I've got the right coaches. I've got mentors. I know everything. I'm one of the leading people in my field. And yet, there's not anybody who's really making a lot of money. Is that you? Are you feeling like you're just not making enough money for as hard as you're working, as hard as you're pushing and driving, and nothing is happening? So this series is for you. This series is called Fix Your Money Blocks. And it's a 2-part series, this Tuesday and next Tuesday. And it's real important to understand you have to fix this. This is so important. If you're not fixing your money blocks going forward, it is the thing that's always going to take you down. It's the thing that's always going to make you doubt yourself. And it's the thing that's going to deprive the world of what your great gift is. So I want you to really get this money issue down. Do you have a good understanding of money? Did you grow up thinking you were rich or that you were poor? What was happening for you? Let me know what kind of lifestyle you grew up with. Did you see all kinds of abundance around you? Or was it neutral? You couldn't tell. Everybody was treated the same? Or was it very lavish? And you could tell the haves and the have-nots. That is actually one of the triggers and the signs that says how money is going to affect you. And money is so charged, isn't it? People put so much emphasis and energy behind it. And I just wonder if it's necessary. Because we talk about this in our workshops. We do 7-figure year workshops throughout the year. And if you want to come to one of ours, the next one, just say workshop and we will get you an invitation to the next one that we do. But that's the real trigger for people. And how many of you at some point in the last 2 months have said, I don't have enough money? Did you say at some point, I don't have enough money? Or that's a lot of money? Or I can't afford that, or that's not in my budget. Have you ever had any of those kind of things where you were denying money? Like, oh, I'm not going to spend my money on that. I've done it. And, sometimes it's so funny. I will go, ugh, that's a waste of my money. Or I just don't want to spend that much money. And it might be $15. And yeah, then I'll go out and write a 5-figure check. Why is that? Okay. Our perceptions of money can make us or they can break us. Have you felt that? Have you always felt like you're on that treadmill? And then you have these big dreams. I'm going to have this amount of money. And as soon as you say it, you don't really believe it. I should be saying it, but I don't believe it. So what we want to do is get rid of all this stuff, okay? Because it feels, quite honestly, it feels icky. So let us know, what is your perception of money? And I want to talk about money and make it fun for you. Let us know, what was your experience when you guys were growing up? Because it has a direct influence on your life right now. And it's holding you back from all the things you really want to do. And a lot of people say, well, I can't afford that, because they don't want to get let down and go for something and then they don't hit it, right? There's a lot of reasons behind it. So we're going to uncover all of those today. We're going to do it in a very fun style. So if you ever felt like I need more money, you are in the right place. And you're in great company. We have several thousand people here, and pretty much everybody comes to me for money. If it's your first time here, my name is Dr. Connie Scavella. I'm a 2-time #1 best-selling author and international speaker and a business growth strategist. My focus is turning businesses around on a dime so that you can take your business from 6 figures to 7 figures in 1 year or less, without the stress and the struggle and the overwhelm. Because don't you really want a business that's just balanced with your life and your lifestyle? You don't want to overwork or undersee your family. It should not be a choice, this or that, my family or my business, right? My health or my business. No, it has to be both. And that's what we want to talk about. And that's really the greatest balance. It doesn't mean you're going to spend equal time on each, but you should be able to choose how you want it. And that's really the bottom line. Abundance of money is the power of choice. Okay. So if you think about money, not as this charged thing that gets you all tied up in knots, but as a choice. If you had more money, you would have more choice. When you have less money, you have less choice. So to take all the negative energy out of money, just call it choice. Right? How much choice is in your wallet? Oh, does that make sense? Even just that, I mean, it's a little bit funny, but it'll help you get over the negative energies that are around money. But we're here every Tuesday at 5 p.m. And all the stuff that we teach here is high-level strategies and principles, not hacks and tactics and manipulations. We want to give you the stuff that works, the stuff that lasts, the principles that you can use again and again and again, regardless of what business you're in. And if you switch businesses, it should be timeless and it should go with you. And what we are going to do today is make this really fun and exciting. This is not law of attraction stuff or anything like that. Okay. If you believe in that, that's fine. But what we're talking about is actually scientifically backed principles to make sure that your mind is right for your money and for next year. Okay. Sound good? Are you guys with me? Do you know what your money block is? That's the first thing I want to know. How many of you know what your money block is? If you do know, give me a thumbs up or just say, I know it. All right. In the comments. And do you know also why you have a money block? See, it's one thing to know it, but if you don't know why or where it comes from, it's really hard to get rid of it. Okay, so let's talk about this because here we are. And if you're connected with me, you're connected with the iconic brands and the iconic entrepreneur and growing a business. Our whole thing is to get you free. And we want you to experience the freedom of running your own business, not having to work for anybody else or having any rules put upon you so that you can experience the best life ever and live an unlimited life on earth as I did elsewhere, right? So do you know what you have? Do you know why you have it? But how did you get here? And are you like a lot of other entrepreneurs? Here's the facts, okay? Take a look at this and tell me which one is it for you. There's a couple different reasons why people get started in business. And for me, it's always been freedom. Every time I've taken a job, and I've been in multiple jobs, big corporations, all the way to the top of the C-suite, and I've been at the lowest level. I started, my first hourly job was Arby's. So I've run the whole gamut. How about you guys? What's your first job that you had? Put your first job in there. Did you come home smelling like roast beef and potato cakes? So, hey, we got to start somewhere. We all have small beginnings, but why did you start your business? And what was the reason? Here's what other people said. Okay. Why did they start their business? 39% of people did it to pursue their passion. I just love something. I want to do it. I could talk about it all day long. I want to teach other people. Is that you? That's the largest percentage of people. They want to do what they're passionate about. Maybe you're not passionate about something in your life. 25% just say, hey, an opportunity came up and it presented itself. And I thought, oh, this is cool. Okay. 25% also want to escape corporate America. And that would be me. I was very blessed in corporate America, but I did not like the rules and the boxes and the requirements and the restrictions. So the other 11% got laid off. I'm like, hey, might as well start a business. I think that number might be a little bit higher now, but maybe that's your situation with the pandemic. Of course, I don't know if that great resignation comes in there too. 10% just didn't want to retire. Like they were chronologically at retirement, but they didn't want to stop. And I think I'll be in that category too someday. I'm just going to keep working because it's fun. And 4%, something in their life inspired them to start their business. Okay. So which one was it for you? Was it a passion? Was it an opportunity? Were you escaping corporate America? Did you get laid off? Or maybe you didn't want to retire. You wanted to keep doing something. Or were you inspired by a life event? So let me know in the comments, what was it that got you into your business? Because you had this great dream. And why is it that something keeps stopping us? And that something usually happens to be money. Because if you look at it, what is the number one reason? Do you guys know the number one reason why most entrepreneurs lose their company? They close, they shutter it within 5 years? Any idea why that happens? Give me some guesses. Why do you think companies shut down usually within 5 years? And let's see some of the reasons why you wanted more than a civil service salary could provide. Absolutely. And let us know, which one were you in? Okay, who else? These went a little bit fast for me. Let's see if I can find some more. First job, dishwasher at a restaurant. Absolutely. What else do we have? Recycling plant. I love it. Yeah, keep letting me know. What did you do? Here's another one. Thanks, Kimberly. I started my business to attain a long-term, massive, passive, residual, location independent, that's a tongue twister, income to fund my ideal lifestyle. And isn't that what we want to do, right? We don't want to just grind at a job. We want that choice to be able to fund whatever kind of lifestyle we want. And that's the whole American dream. It's the whole Constitution, if you look at it, right? We have a winner. Kimberly guessed it, right? Why do companies go out? Because they're undercapitalized. They just don't have enough money. And if you don't have enough money in your business and you can't put money in, it's just going to go, right? You can only live on referrals for so long. And this is the problem. And so if this is the truth, the companies go out of business because there's not enough money. Well, who's running the company? We are. And so who's the block to that money? We are. And if we could get our mind right around money, we could get our business right. Does this make sense to you guys? Okay, cool. So yeah, here's another one. Yeah, right along the same lines. They have a poverty mindset. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, keep giving me your ideas. And as you're coming in, I see a lot of new people checking in. So hello. Yes, freedom is why we want to do this. And it is just fun. All right. We want to be free, but we also love to contribute. That's another reason we want to do our thing, right? Because we want to make an impact and a difference. And a lot of people, have you seen people that retire? They don't do anything except maybe sit in front of the TV and they just sort of dwindle away. Okay. And what we want to do is just have the passion back in life, right? And if you think about money in French, the word couer, right? It means currency. It means a flow, right? And we want to have that flow in our business. And so this is why we want to spend this last couple shows for the year to have you guys clean up the one thing that didn't get cleaned up all year. And that is your mindset around money. It is the only thing that's holding people back. So yeah, does money control you or do you control it? A lot of people think it'll change them. Well, I'll probably be one of those nasty, mean, rich people or something like that. So these are all our thinking. What is it? What's the line? What's the meme? What's the message that people tried to drill into your head growing up about money that might have held you back? It doesn't grow on trees. Let's take a look at this. Let's go have some fun, okay? Because I don't want to be a downer. I want to talk about how do we get over this, right? In a really marvelous way. And so what we are going to cover real quickly is the 10 marvelous ways that people block money. Okay. How many of you love the Marvel characters and DC Comics and all of that? Well, we are going to use that to teach this concept to you. Okay. Because when you're teaching anything, there's a way to make the brain learn and retain. We want you guys to remember this. So next week, we're doing part 2, and part 2 is about programming your mind for wealth so that you're ready. So let's take a look at some of these Marvel and cartoon superheroes, which is us really. And what is the block? How can you relate to all of these? So if you've got a piece of paper, write down which superhero has programmed your mind the wrong way. So let's start with one of the most popular ones out there, Superman. And what's Superman's hang up? My goodness, this guy can jump tall buildings in a single leap. He can do amazing things. But what does he always do when he doesn't hit it? It's always, well, it was the kryptonite. The kryptonite took me out. The kryptonite took me out. How about you? If you have the Superman complex, your money block might be the blame game. You're always blaming the reason you don't have money on something. It's the kryptonite, right? I was doing great. I was climbing all of these things. I was climbing to the top of the ladder. I had all of this business. I had so many properties, right? I had so many clients and so many leads. And then this happened. Facebook did it to me. That was my kryptonite, right? COVID did it to me. That was my kryptonite. So if that might sound like you might be Superman. If you're feeling the spirit of this fun test here that we're going to do and show you these 10 ways that people block it, go ahead and write the word down if it's one of your blocks. You might have a couple superheroes inside of you. And so we want to figure out. So Superman, are you always talking about the kryptonite? The one Achilles heel, the one thing. I was great except for this one thing, and that's its fault. Okay. And let's take a look at the next one. Who's the next superhero? Is Batman, the caped crusader. Everything is underground, right? And it's all a secret. Batman, if you have Batman money issues, you got some childhood issues, right? And some of these stem back from your childhood. And so where is it? Maybe you were bullied. Maybe it was the way you grew up. Maybe kids laughed at you because you never had good shoes or whatever. So do you have a little Batman money complex where it goes back to your childhood and it just keeps sticking with you? All right. Is that what's holding you back? You might not know which issue, but you just kind of feel like it goes back a long way. So is your money block Batman? Let us know in the comments. Would you like to see the next one? The Flash. All right. How many of you have this money complex? It's like faster, faster. I got to get rich quick, right? And you're looking for every shiny object. You don't finish anything. You just got to get there fast. Like, I need this, I need this, I need this. And there's this constant kind of need. I got to get it. I got to get it. I need it fast. And you only look for industries that are really get rich quick kind of things. There's, it's people make billions off of this type of money block. The person who is like, what do they call them? The online internet marketer. Because those people are always like, oh, I could be an affiliate. Oh, I could do crypto. Oh, I could do an MLM. Oh, I could do this, right? That'll make me money. That'll make me money. Oh, this is hot. CBD is really hot right now. Oh, no, this is hot. They can't stick. They're all about the speed, but they don't last, right? At some point, when you're going that fast, you're going to wear out, okay? And when you wear out, there's nothing there. That's why I always talk about, what do we do here? We don't do hacks and hustle and tactics. We do strategies and principles and philosophies, right? So are you Flash? Is that your money block? Okay. Anybody feeling a little convicted yet? Like, oh my gosh, I'm all three. Well, there's 7 more to go. So hold on. Okay. So here's one some of you might relate to, the Green Hornet. Okay, I call this the one-hit wonder. Is that your money block? You can really knock it out of the park one time, right? And then you got nothing left to fire on. It's just like one-hit wonder, right? Just like the series, right? It just didn't repeat. It wasn't good. I mean, what was there? There was nothing really there. So is that you? Why are you a one-hit wonder? Same reason that series went out of business. Nobody saw it. Is that your problem? You might come out with something great. You might have a great launch and you can only get one launch out, but nobody sees it. You're invisible. Why is that? Why are you hiding from the world? So are you one of those one-hit wonders? You can do something once and then you're like, I don't know if I can repeat that again and again. And all of this doubt and self-doubt comes in, and then you start going into what we call turtling mode, also another green animal, and you're hiding from the world. Is this making sense so far for you? Anybody have any of the 4 yet? Let me see if you guys have any of these yet. Let me know if you're feeling brave. If you don't want to, I see some absolutelys. Yeah. Okay. So we've got a few more. Somebody says here, a combination of all of them. Here's another one. My Flash phase is long over. It's very tiring, isn't it? The hop and jump and go everywhere and run, chase, chase, chase. Yeah. It's just crazy. And when you see it this way, do you start to realize that there's little elements all over the place, right? Because awareness is the root, it's the foundation, it's base camp for change. And until you see it, you won't be able to change. Okay. So I hope this is helping you guys, figure all of this out. If you're starting to think I may need a superhero 12-step program, then just call me. Okay. Just write #call. Let's figure out what your superhero problem is, and we will fix that for you. So let's go to the next one, because I want to go through these fast enough for you to kind of see what happens at the end. So Aquaman, do you have the money problem with Aquaman? He's like half earthbound and half undersea. Okay. This is duality, right? Can you just not make up your mind? Are you always waffling from one thing for the next? I'm going to go for it. No, I'm not. I'm going to go for that, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to commit, and you get 4 days in and you fall apart. And then you go back to the old thing. Are you the kind of person who always has one foot on the boat and one foot on the dock, right? You can't let go of your job as you're running your business because you just don't believe in your business. And you're always looking for that plan B. Something else to keep you along, like, I'm doing great, but I can't leave my job because I need the insurance or something like that. You just can't go all in on something. It's a belief issue. It's a trust issue. It's a self-trust issue. And so if you are Aquaman with your money block and you're always in duality, you don't have the ability to just be singularly focused on just one thing and just drive that thing all the way home, then you have an Aquaman problem. Okay. Who's the next one? Captain America. All American person, right? But do you have a leadership issue with your money? Are you a poor steward of your money? You get money, and what do? Just give it to everybody else? Oh, you guys have this, or you have a hard time hanging on to it. Maybe you store it and stash it away. You don't let it grow and give you dividends and returns. That's not leadership, right? You're not a great steward of your money. So if you have this problem and you can't be a leader, or every time you're in a leadership position, you lose it, right? You lose all the money, and you might even want someone to rescue you, someone to take over your position. Well, then you might have the block of money that Captain America has, right? So if you're Captain America, put a big CA down in the comments and let us know. Anybody have all of them so far? Okay, let's look at the next one. This one is one of my faves, okay? I love this one. In fact, sometimes I think I am this one. Anybody have your secret alter ego? When I first saw this superhero, I thought, oh, this is great. And gosh, who doesn't love Tony Stark? I mean, my gosh, he's like a trillionaire, and he can just create anything. He has the coolest homes and designs, but it's just way too many ideas. Way too many ideas. There's always something going on in that crazy head, right? Some of them are fantastic and amazing, but there's just too many. And I'm totally guilty of this a lot. This is why I do what I do, right? Because I come up with so many business ideas. I can't do them all. So I basically give them to other people. Like, this is a great idea. Here's how you want to do this, right? But I pass on all these great ideas. But if I didn't have this, and if I wasn't a consultant and a mentor and a coach, I'd be going insane because I'd have way too many ideas. Are there any Tony Starks out there with me? I mean, don't you love the series? And just to have all those cool gadgets and things, but it is kind of a little bit of a distraction, right? And there's too many things, and then it's hard to juggle everything. Anybody feel like, okay, where do I put this and this and this? And you're like, oh yeah, I forgot this. Have you ever bought something twice? You couldn't even remember that you bought it the first time? I do that. It's just awful. So, I'm totally human. I know some people don't believe that, but I'm totally human. I'm right here along with you. So that's a big one. Let's go to the next one, and that is the Hulk. Is your money issue maybe a little anger problem? Maybe it really gets you irritated. Like, you can tell how much is in your bank account by the way you act. Are you mean when there's less? And are you really nice when there's more? Are you kind of a ticking time bomb? Like, nobody knows. Like, uh-oh, how's she going to come home? Or if something bad happens, do all of your family or your employees kind of run? Like, oh, she's going to blow a gasket, or he's going to blow a gasket. That's the Hulk money block. Do you have that? And sometimes you are just green with envy. Every time you see people with money, you kind of despise them and you put down people with money. Oh, they're just so this, right? But guess what? If you do that, if you put down people with success and with wealth, you will never attract it, because you are telling yourself that that is not who you want to be. So be really careful about that. So if you're a ticking time bomb, you might want to have a call, okay? And let's help you out with that and figure out how we do that, okay? We're going to give you detailed kind of programming on this next week, next Tuesday at 5:00. And if you want to watch this again, let us know. Just do #replay. But I would bring somebody along, like bring your spouse or bring your partner and let them see this or pass it along and figure out where you are. Because here's the other problem. If you have opposing money minds in your house, it's going to be a problem. If one is a spender and one is a saver, it's a problem. And if one thinks, it just comes, right? It just rains. I don't actually have to work. It just like shows up. God takes care of me. And then the other person is working so hard. That is a problem. Anybody have these issues? Or maybe somebody you meet or an employee or something like that. Maybe they have an entitlement aspect to money, and they will shirk off on their responsibilities, or they'll steal from you. Okay, I've had that happen too. So you have to really know not only your money blueprint or thumbprint, but other people's, so that you're attracting the right people to you. So we had the Hulk, and where are we now? How many have we been through? We just have a couple more. And so this is a crowd favorite here on the money block. How many Thors are out there? Thor, God, I love him, but drama. It's like Marsha. I mean, the god of thunder. Like, everywhere he goes, something crashes, burns, and breaks, and there's wars everywhere. This guy is a drama magnet, and there are always drama around money with you? Somebody stole it and I lost it, or they didn't give me my refund, or they bought from some crook. Is there always a drama around it? It's just never ease. It doesn't just flow in, right? You can't just have it flow in and then you give some out and you save some and you donate it. No, it's always drama, 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 right? It's always like lightning is striking you all the time. That is a Thor money issue. Okay. So any Thors out there? I want to see who my Thors are. Do we have some Thors and do we have some Tony Starks and who else? And I need to watch a few more movies. I don't know some of these. I have to confess, a couple of them I had to actually look up and try and figure out what their Achilles heel was so I could relate it to the mind. But yeah, you might have a Netflix binge over the weekend and watch this. So let's see, because you guys' comments are awesome. Keep them coming at me. I definitely have the Thor living in my house. Oh my gosh. Go wear a thunder vest or something and protect yourself. Who else has somebody? Let's see. Who do you love? Aquaman or Thor? Oh yes. Now this is not a modeling contest, ladies. And sorry, ladies who are here. I couldn't find a lot of women out there, but there are there. Maybe we're just better with money. I don't know. Who do you guys think is the last one? Who is the last superhero that we have a problem with money around? Any ideas? Probably know this one too. Quite popular. That is Spider-Man. Do you have a attachment issue? Your attachments can get you into a lot of sticky waters. Okay. I'm not saying sticky fingers. I'm not calling you thieves, but what are you attached to? Like, I have to have this. I can't let that go. Right. And you just break all kinds of rules and common sense just to get what you want. Okay. And you also might have an attachment to your way of thinking. That's how it always is. We're never rich. We can never hang on to money. These kind of attachments are going to be a mental block for you too when it comes to your money. So how many of you are feeling that, you know what, once I get on to something like, oh, I can't let that go. Or you see somebody else has something, oh, I need that. And you don't care what it costs. You might be broke that week and you are going to get that pair of shoes or whatever. And a lot of times here, let me tell you where Spider-Man really comes in. And that is with being competitive, looking at what other people have and using that to say, oh, I have to have that because that will make me this. It's almost a status play. Right. And for people who are always trying to go for status, they don't believe in themselves. That's why that is. Okay. People who don't have or do have, but don't need to look at the neighbors and what everybody else is doing. That's a great place to be. That's what we're going to program you with for next week, right? So that you can program your mind for wealth and that you feel wealthy and you are wealthy, not just one or the other, not like I'm really wealthy, I'm really wealthy, I'm really wealthy. And then you are living in a cardboard box. This is not what we're talking about. We're not talking about The Secret. We're not talking about law of attraction stuff. And, oh, I'm going to manifest this just through my thoughts. Oh, we're not. Okay. There's a lot that goes on behind it. The problem is most people spend way too long trying to change their blocks in their money. And it's not that, right? Guess what? I'm going to show you 4 ways next week. How do you reprogram your mind for success that will blow your mind? You go, is that easy? Yes, it is that easy. But first we had to do the medicine. We had to get you guys to understand where your blocks are. Okay. And we also have, for those of you who need some more help, maybe it's not specifically this, but it might be something else that you need some help with. I am doing doctor's hours this week and next week. Doctor's hours are, if you've had doctor's hours with me, put in the comments how that was. So we can kind of really look at what ails you, what's going on in your business, what is the problem. Okay. And when you have a session with me on doctor's hours, we'll take a close look at it and I will give you a prescription, what you need to do to heal the ailment. Okay. Don't worry. I won't touch you. I won't do anything like that. I'm not going to make you take pills or shots or anything. I am just going to talk to you. Now, this is a Zoom call that we will do. And I have one coming up on Thursday. And if you want to come to doctor's hours, if you want a quick diagnosis of what is wrong with your business, then please just type urgent care down below, urgent care, and I will give you urgent care. Just like when you have an emergency and you want to pop into one of those, what they call doc in the boxes, right? Not a full-blown hospital, but just a little freestanding place. That's what we're doing. And it's 100% free. No, I'm not going to charge you a couple $1,000s for this. This is 100% free, but you do have to have a doctor's appointment. Okay. So just type urgent care down below and we will take care of you on that. I want to make sure it actually sticks and it sinks in. Okay. So come back next week for that. And let's take your quiz before we go. Tally up your score. Which one were you? Okay. Who of the superheroes did you have? There's 10 of them here. Okay. I'm going to do a quick recap and tell me how many money blocks did you have? And hopefully you'll be able to remember those and say, oh, I'm just behaving like Superman. Oh my God, I'm being the Green Hornet, right? So let me go in reverse so you see how all these were. Okay. There's Superman, stuck with the attachments. Good old Thor, drama, drama, drama. And the Hulk, taking time. You can tell how much money you have by your personality. And Iron Man, too many ideas. There's too much going on. You can't even keep track of where everything is going. Every day you got a new idea, new invention. I got to put some money behind this and this and this and this. I know that's a classic entrepreneur. We all probably have some of that in there. And any Captain Americas out there? But you are not a good steward of your money. It just like slips through your hands. There's no leadership when it comes to money for you. Any Aquaman, your duality, you can't pick one thing. You're this and this. Can I do both? Right? We hear this all the time. Again, if you do want to call, whether it's a call with me for just a couple minutes to figure out, what your block is and how to get over it, or if you want doctor's hours, let us know. Okay. And you can just book the appointment, and you can book the appointment on your own at callconnie.com. We also talked about the Green Hornet, one hit wonder, no visibility. You hiders out there, you say you want to do your thing, but nah, you're not going out and doing anything with it, are you? Those are Green Hornets. The Flash, gotta get rich quick. Gotta hurry, hurry, hurry. Make that money, 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 money. And Batman had some childhood stuff holding you down. Oh, that's been with you a long time. So as you Caped Crusaders, everybody has some of this. Everybody has some Batman. There's not one person that doesn't. And then, of course, we started with Superman and the blame game. What is your kryptonite? What is the thing that's always holding you back? Certainly not you, but there is something. Okay, what is that thing? So I hope that helps you guys. Come back next week. Now maybe you see where and why you're having a money block. Now we want to fix it. We want to fix it this year. So come back next week and we will show you exactly how to program your mind for wealth.